Olive is an ostrich. She lives with her family in the outback. But Olive is very different. Olive's dad loves to run. Olive isn't a fast runner. Olive's mum enjoys laying huge eggs. Olive doesn't like the look of that at all. Olive's little brother pecks at the ground to find tasty roots to eat. Pecking at the ground makes Olive sneeze. But Olive has an incredible imagination. So while the rest of her family are running, pecking and laying eggs, Olive can be found imagining herself going on amazing adventures when she buries her head down, down into the sand. Until she popped up somewhere new. Olive was standing in front of a spooky castle. It was very, very tall and very, very crooked.
Oh, I wonder who lives here.
She walked up towards the big wooden door and was about to knock, but then the door creaked open all by itself.
Hello?
Said Olive. But all she could hear was her own voice echoing back. Olive crept inside the dark castle, which was hung with lots and lots of cobwebs. There was clutter everywhere.
What the heck? This place is a complete mess. How can anyone live here? I know. I'll give it a good old clean-up.
So Olive got to work. She dusted away the cobwebs, opened the curtains, and tidied up all the clutter.
Why is all this stuff lying around? Who leaves a ball of string, some toilet roll, and a big bag of flour right in the middle of the floor? I'll tidy them up onto these shelves.
Just as Olive finished, she felt a tap on her shoulder. It made her jump.
You scared the feathers out of me.
It was a spider wearing a long black cape.
Who are you and what have you done to my castle?
Asked the spider. He didn't seem too happy.
I'm Olive. I thought the place needed a little tidying up. I hope you don't mind.
My name is Count Von Tarantula, and of course I mind. I am holding a spooktacular party in 1 hour, and the place needs to look spooky. I have been spinning those cobwebs for months. What am I going to do now? And I still need to carve the pumpkins.
Olive looked around the castle and spotted some of the things she'd tidied away.
A big ball of string. I think I may have an idea.
An idea, you say? Excellent.
I can make some new cobwebs out of this ball of string and make the castle look spooky again.
And while you're doing that, I'll go and carve a spooky pumpkin.
So Olive got to work tying and knotting the string all over the place until the room looked like a giant cobweb. It took her a long time, but eventually the whole castle was looking spooky. Count Von Tarantula returned, carrying his equally spooky carved pumpkin.
Wow, Olive, this looks fantastical. This is going to be the best spooktacular party ever. Would you like to come? Oh, but what will you wear?
Oh, yes, please.
But before Olive could finish her answer, she tripped and fell back into a wall of shelves. A big bag of flour came crashing onto her head, followed by 4 toilet rolls. Count Von Tarantula had never laughed so much.
I'm sorry, Olive. Are you okay?
Yes, I think so.
Why, Olive, you look just like a mummy. Fantastical. You will be my ghost of honor at the party.
Thanks for inviting me, Count. I didn't know a tarantula could be such a great dancer.
They both laughed, and as they did, Olive realised it was time to go.
Typical Olive, daydreaming again.
Said her mum.
Actually, I've been to a spooktacular party.
Your head's been in the sand too long, dear.
Said Olive's dad. Her little brother laughed. But Olive wasn't listening. She was already dreaming of her next big adventure. Olive was standing in a big science laboratory, surrounded by test tubes filled with colourful, bubbling liquids. She wore a white lab coat and a big pair of safety goggles. Suddenly, she heard a voice.
No. What is the answer to this problem?
Olive turned around and saw a small man in a lab coat. He was muttering to himself and staring into a microscope.
Hello, I'm Olive.
Ouch, you startled me. I am Professor Comeover, but you can call me Hair Comeover. I am a very busy scientist. What can I do for you?
I was going to ask you the same thing. Are you in a spot of bother?
I've been trying to invent a cure for baldness for many years. It's driving me mad.
The professor turned and picked up 2 bottles from the table.
I need to mix together the right ingredients for the cure. If I do, I will have beautiful flowing hair again. Oh, how I miss my hair. Look, this is me when I was younger. Handsome, eh? I just can't find the right ingredients.
I don't know much about ingredients for your cure, I'm afraid.
Then Olive spotted something in the corner of the lab.
A mop. I think I may have an idea. Close your eyes, Hair Comeover.
Professor Comeover closed his eyes. Olive pulled the handle off the mop and stuck it on top of the professor's head.
You can open your eyes now.
The professor looked in a mirror.
I look like my great-aunt Brunhilde.
He shrieked.
I don't want this. I want to grow my own.
All right, keep your hair on.
Look, if you really want to help, I need you to get that big blue book down from the shelf.
Well, this book can't have been open in a very long time. It's covered in dust.
Olive opened the book and dust flew up everywhere. And Olive couldn't help sneezing.
Achoo!
The sneeze made her fall backwards into a shelf filled with hundreds of bottles. One of them toppled over and poured orange liquid into a beaker of purple liquid on the table.
No, wait, that's not good.
Cried the professor. All of a sudden there was a huge bang.
I don't believe it. It's a miracle. You did it, Olive. You found the cure for baldness. You're a scientific genius.
Professor Comeover was so excited he danced about all over the place.
Thanks very much.
Beamed Olive. It was then she caught her own reflection in the mirror.
Well, I like it, but this huge hairdo could take some getting used to. Hey, would you like me to style yours a bit?
Why not?
Replied the professor. Using a comb and a pair of scissors, Olive went to work styling the professor's new hairdo.
What do you think?
Thank you very much.
Well, it looks like you won't be needing to read this dusty old science book anymore. Oh no, I'm going to... Achoo! I've lost all me hair. Oh well, here today, gone tomorrow, eh?
They both laughed. And as they did, Olive realised it was time to go.
Typical Olive, daydreaming again.
Said her mum.
Actually, I've been helping cure baldness.
Your head's been in the sun too long, dear.
Said Olive's dad. Her little brother laughed. But Olive wasn't listening. She was already dreaming of her next big adventure. Olive was standing on a large grey planet. She was wearing a strange helmet that was attached to a big backpack.
Oh, look at the sky. Isn't it beautiful?
Suddenly, a little green man popped out of one of the holes. He was carrying a bright red handbag.
Oh dear, oh dear.
He said as he hurried past Olive.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Hello, my name's Olive. What's the hurry?
The little green man stopped.
Oh hello. My name is Buzzapalerma Hoopilaga Roopilaba Bababaja Camu Beep. But you can call me Sarah.
Oh, Sarah. That's an odd name for a little man.
Well, of course, I am an alien.
That's true. Nice to meet you, Sarah. I've never met an alien before.
Well, it's nice to meet you too, but I'm in a real hurry. Can't stop and chat.
But why are you in such a rush?
It's my mum's birthday, and I've bought her a sunstone. Problem is, I'm so forgetful I've gone and forgotten where I've put it, and my mum will be here in her spaceship any minute now.
Oh dear. I could help you look, but I don't know what a sunstone looks like.
Sarah opened his handbag and took out a large pad of paper and some crayons.
I'm a great drawer. I can draw you a picture of a sunstone, and then maybe you could help me look for it, Olive.
Sarah sat down and drew a lovely picture of a big red stone. Olive looked thoughtfully at the drawing.
Your picture's really good. In fact, it's so good, I think I may have an idea. Why don't you draw lots and lots of pictures of the sunstone and write missing across it in big letters? I'll pin them up, and then if anyone sees the stone, they'll know where to hand it in.
So Sarah sat and drew picture after picture after picture. And Olive ran all around the planet, pinning them anywhere and everywhere. Eventually, the whole planet was covered in pictures of the sunstone. Olive and Sarah waited and waited and waited.
Oh dear, no one's come to tell us they found the sunstone. And after all that work we did.
Oh, hang on. I forgot. No one else lives on this planet but me.
Oh, so no one else is going to see our posters anyway? Well, now we're never going to find the sunstone. The whole planet is covered in our posters.
Oh, no. Here comes my mum.
Just then, Sarah's mum arrived in her spaceship. She was wearing a beautiful red stone around her neck, just like the ones in the pictures.
Oh my goodness.
Sarah's mum exclaimed.
You've decorated the whole planet for my birthday. And thank you so much for this lovely sunstone. It arrived in the space mail this morning.
Olive shook her head and chuckled.
Sarah, you're so forgetful. You forgot you'd already sent the sunstone to your mum in the space mail. Maybe you should write everything down so you don't forget things in the future.
Of course. That's what the crayons and the paper were for.
They all laughed. And as they did, Olive realised it was time to go.
Typical Olive, daydreaming again.
Said her mum.
Actually, I've been to another planet and helped an alien.
Your head's been in the sand too long, dear.
Said Olive's dad. Her little brother laughed. But Olive wasn't listening. She was already dreaming of her next big adventure. Olive was standing next to a bubbling waterfall. She was wearing heavy chainmail and a knight's helmet.
Ooh!
Just then, Olive heard a loud noise.
Oh, that sounds painful.
Out of nowhere leapt a huge dragon wearing an orange headband. He swished his enormous tail this way and that. It was all very impressive.
Welcome.
I'm Olive. Who are you?
I am Claude Van Doom, student of Dragon Fu.
What's dragon flu?
I will show you.
With this, Claude showed Olive some of his best dragon fu moves.
Very good flu, Claude.
I hope my examiner agrees. I am taking the final part of my Dragon Fu exam today. If I pass, my dream to become a Dragon Fu master will come true.
What do you have to do?
I will show you.
With this, Claude took a deep breath and blew as hard as he could towards a nearby tree. Flames shot from his mouth and set the tree on fire in an instant. Whoosh!
The exam subject is an impressive display of fire breathing.
I think you should put that fire out, Claude.
Olive saw the bubbling waterfall behind her.
Quick, Claude, use the water to put out the fire.
Claude plunged his head into the bubbling water, quickly gulping it down before blowing the lot onto the flaming tree.
Well done, Claude. You put the fire out.
But Claude didn't look very happy. Claude tried to breathe fire, but bubbles poured out from his mouth instead.
Oh, this is a disaster. How will I pass my exam in fire breathing if I am breathing bubbles?
Olive thought. She looked down at her chainmail and plucked one of the wires free.
A wire. But bubbles? I think I may have an idea.
Olive started to pull and twist the wires into different shapes, just as Claude's examiner arrived to start the test.
So, Mr. Van Doom, I hope you're ready to impress me with your fire breathing.
Claude looked at Olive and gulped.
Yes, he is, Mr. Examiner.
I'll be the judge of that, thank you.
The examiner watched as Claude took a deep breath and started to blow bubbles from his mouth instead of fire.
Oh dear.
Said the examiner, unimpressed.
Oh dear, oh dear.
But then the bubbles squeezed through the wire shapes Olive had made and formed a huge spider, a nice, even an elephant.
Well, I need something more impressive than that.
Claude took a deep breath and blew a massive bubble right at the examiner. It surrounded him, and before he knew it, he was floating up in the air inside the bubble.
Oh, I'm floating. Oh, Claude, your display of bubble breathing is more impressive than any fire breathing. Here's your certificate.
Oh, Claude, you pass.
Thank you, Olive, for all your help. With a little practice, you too could master Dragon Fall.
Really?
With this, Olive Dragon Fu chopped a tree, sending lots of fruit falling down on top of her.
Ouch! No, I think I'll stick to looking at trees, not dragon fooing them.
They both laughed, and as they did, Olive realised it was time to go.
Typical Olive, daydreaming again.
Said her mum.
Okay, actually, I've been blowing bubbles with a dragon.
Your head's been in the sun too long, dear.
Said Olive's dad. Her little brother laughed. But Olive wasn't listening. She was already dreaming of her next big adventure. Olive was standing in a big room, surrounded by huge skeletons.
Okay, these are very impressive.
Olive saw a little old man dusting one of the skeletons.
Hello, I'm Olive.
Oh, hello. My name's Pterodactyl. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. What is this amazing place, Terry?
Well, Olive, this is a museum, and these are dinosaur skeletons. Dinosaurs used to roam our planet millions of years ago.
Where? That's a long time.
Oh, yes, and it's my job to keep these spotless. I could really use some help tonight dusting them.
I'd love to help you, Terry.
Thanks, Olive. We have to be very careful, though. They're extremely delicate.
So Olive and Terry got to work dusting the bones. But all of a sudden, Olive spotted a shadow moving. It looked like one of the dinosaur skeletons.
Hey, the skeleton's alive!
Olive turned and ran away, but she wasn't looking where she was going.
Olive, watch out!
Cried Terry. Too late.
Yeah!
Olive ran straight into another skeleton, and all the bones collapsed. Those bones tumbled into the next skeleton, and it fell over too. Then the next, and the next, until every skeleton had tumbled into a huge pile of bones on the floor.
Oops, sorry.
Said Olive.
Olive, what have you done? The museum opens soon and everybody will want to see the dinosaurs.
Sorry, I saw a dinosaur move over there and it scared me.
Standing next to the pile of bones stood a rather sheepish-looking boy wearing a dinosaur mask.
Oh, that's my son, Jerry Dactyl. What have I told you about creeping up on people wearing that mask? I'm sorry, Olive. No wonder you were scared. I'm sorry, too.
Said Jerry.
That's okay, Jerry.
But how am I ever going to put all these skeletons back together? It's impossible. Would you like to see my dinosaur drawings, Olive? Look, I've done every single skeleton in the museum.
These are really good. Drawings? Piles of bones? I think I may have an idea. Jerry, we can use your pictures to help us rebuild all the skeletons. I'm sure we'll be finished before the museum opens.
Great idea, Olive. Let's do it.
So they got started.
Put that there, Dad.
But it was like a huge puzzle. It really wasn't easy to work out where the bones were meant to go.
Put this one here.
Something's not quite right.
Said Olive.
Too late. The museum has just opened. Here comes the first tour group.
And here on your right is the Tyrannosaurus Rex, and as you can see, it had absolutely huge wings.
Oh!
And over here is the Brontosaurus with its 2 tails. That's enough of the dinosaurs. Let's move on, shall we?
Phew, I think we got away with it, Olive.
I think we've created some brand new dinosaurs, like the Tyrannosaurus Rex.
They all laughed, and as they did, Olive realised it was time to go.
Typical Olive, daydreaming again.
Said her mum.
Okay, actually, I've been rebuilding dinosaur skeletons.
Your head's been in the sand too long, dear.
Said Olive's dad. Her little brother laughed. But Olive wasn't listening. She was already dreaming of her next big adventure. Olive was standing in a big room wearing a silver hat and a costume.
Okay, this is a sparkly costume, but where am I?
Olive could see lots of interesting objects. There was a table with a top hat, a rabbit and playing cards on it. And next to the table was a tall cabinet with a door in the front. Suddenly, from behind the cabinet, a little man appeared holding a magic wand. He was peering at the cabinet very closely.
Oh, what's wrong with this trick?
Muttered the man.
Excuse me, can I help at all?
Oh, who are you? Did you appear out of thin air?
I'm Olive. I suppose I did.
I'm Hey Presto, Master Magician. Things magically appear out of thin air around here all the time. For example...
Hey Presto reached behind Olive's head and pulled out a red hanky. Attached to a blue hanky. Attached to a yellow hanky. Soon he had pulled out a huge long rope of hankies.
Ta-da!
Dick, that was an amazing trick.
Thank you, Olive. Problem is, though, I've been having lots of trouble with this trick. My magic cabinet.
What sort of trouble?
I keep losing my magician's assistants in it. They climb inside, I wave my wand and say abracadabra. And when the door opens, they've completely disappeared.
Sounds like another amazing trick to me.
But I can't get them to appear again.
Wailed Hey Presto.
Oh, I've already lost 5 assistants this week. You must be the new assistant I ordered, but I don't want to lose you as well.
Where could they all have gone?
Wondered Olive. Then she spotted the long rope of hankies.
A rope of hankies? A magic cabinet? I think I may have an idea. Hey, Presto, could you tie one end of the hanky rope to my wing?
Of course.
Okay, I'll get in the cabinet and you make me disappear. The hanky rope will mean that wherever I go, you can pull me back again.
Excellent idea. Just give the rope a tug when you want me to pull you back.
Olive stepped into the cabinet and Hey Presto closed the door. He tapped on the cabinet with his magic wand and said,
Abracadabra!
Suddenly, a trap door opened underneath Olive and she fell straight down a long chute. She finally dropped onto a huge pile of cushions. Olive looked up and saw she was in a little room. Sitting around on chairs were lots of magician's assistants.
Hello there. You must be the missing magician's assistants.
Yes, we are.
Said one.
Some of us have been down here for ages. It's very boring, but at least there's a machine selling fizzy drinks and crisps.
Well, I'm here to rescue you. I need all of you to hold hands in a line and one of you to hold on to my wing.
Once they were all holding hands, Olive called up the chute.
Hey, Presto!
Hey Presto started pulling up the rope, and soon Olive and all the magician's assistants were being hauled up the chute together. Finally, they reached the top. Hey Presto pulled Olive and all the missing assistants out of the cabinet.
Well, now I have more assistants than I know what to do with. Thanks so much, Olive.
That's okay. You'll soon have one less. It's probably time I disappeared anyway.
They all laughed, and as they did, Olive realised it was time to go.
Typical Olive, daydreaming again.
Said her mum.
Okay. Actually, I've been a disappearing magician's assistant.
Your head's been in the sand too long, dear.
Said Olive's dad. Her little brother laughed. But Olive wasn't listening. She was already dreaming of her next big adventure. Olive found herself in a jungle clearing. There were huge lizard-like creatures everywhere.
Kick, look at all these dinosaurs.
There were even some flying in the sky like birds. Olive sat down to watch as one swooped down to feed its babies who were calling out from a rocky ledge. Just then, she felt something move underneath her.
Oh, what was that?
Olive jumped up and saw that she'd been sitting on top of a huge nest of eggs. Then, crack! One by one, the eggs hatched, and out popped 3 baby dinosaurs.
Oh, hello.
Said Olive.
Yes, you need your mummy. Well, I'm sure she'll be back soon. It's nice to meet you. What? No, I'm not your mummy.
But the babies began to follow Olive's every move.
Oh, leave me alone.
No matter how fast she ran, she couldn't shake them off.
Look, over there.
Olive quickly ducked inside an old hollow tree trunk. She kept very quiet as the little dinosaurs hunted around for her. But then,
Achoo!
the tree trunk made the sound of Olive's sneeze even louder.
Oh dear, I think we need to find your real mummy. Babies who need their mother, an old hollow tree trunk. I think I may have an idea.
She remembered how the little flying dinosaurs had called to their mummy with loud cries.
If we make you louder, maybe your mum will hear you.
Olive encouraged the baby dinosaurs into the hollow trunk. As they climbed in, their cries became so loud that they echoed out into the jungle.
Mama! 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 She'll definitely hear that.
Whoa!
Oh, but that can't be your mum. Run for it!
Olive and the babies turned and ran as fast as they could as a huge dinosaur with big teeth came running out of the trees towards them. It was a Tyrannosaurus Rex. They reached a big puddle. Olive tried to swing over it on a vine, but the vine snapped and she fell.
Kick!
The T-Rex stopped in front of them, then burst out laughing.
Oh, you do look silly in that puddle. My name's Diana Saw.
Hello, Diana. I'm Olive. Why were you chasing me?
I'm looking for my eggs. I left them in a nest over there, but they've gone. Have you seen them?
Your eggs? Well, they've hatched.
Oh, my darlings, come to Mummy.
Oh, they still think I'm their mum. I don't know why. I don't look anything like them.
I think I have an idea. Why don't we all have a nice drink of water?
Diana winked at Olive.
Okay.
When the babies saw Olive and Diana drinking from the puddle, they did the same, and a funny thing happened. They all saw their reflections in the water. The babies looked at Olive, then at Diana, then down at themselves, and realised that Diana was their real mum after all.
Phew. Well done, Diana. You're even better at hatching plans than I am.
They all laughed, and as they did, Olive realised it was time to go.
Typical Olive, daydreaming again.
Said her mum.
Gek, actually, I've hatched some baby dinosaurs.
Your head's been in the sun too long, dear.
Said Olive's dad. Her little brother laughed. But Olive wasn't listening. She was already dreaming of her next big adventure. Olive was standing in a park surrounded by small, leafy bushes.
Hello there.
Said a sad voice. Olive turned and saw a gorilla.
Oh, hello, I'm Olive.
She replied.
I'm Keith. Would you be my friend, please? No one likes me round here.
Yes, of course I will, Keith. You seem very nice to me.
Olive took a step forwards and accidentally trod on something.
Oh, what was that?
She'd stepped on a tiny yellow car. It was squashed flat.
Oops.
I'm always doing that.
Olive spied a tiny little man running up to the car.
Hey, what do you think you're doing? You just stepped on my cab, lady.
I'm very sorry. I didn't see it down there.
It was then Olive noticed that the leafy bushes were actually tiny trees in a park.
Tiny trees, cars, and people. Wait a second, I'm a giant ostrich.
And I'm a giant gorilla.
There were tall skyscrapers surrounding the park. Olive was nearly as tall as some of them herself. Then Olive heard shouting. She looked down and saw a crowd of tiny little people angrily shouting up at Olive and Keith and waving their fists. They started throwing things at Olive's legs.
Ouch! Ow! Careful!
They don't like us because we keep stepping on things.
Maybe we should go somewhere else, Keith.
Keith and Olive walked out of the park and down a wide avenue.
Okay. sake, it's really hard not to step on things. Sorry. Oh dear, sorry.
I know, it's a nightmare. Sorry.
Tiny people were running around and yelling at Olive and Keith. Sirens were going off. It was chaos.
I just want to go somewhere quiet where I don't step on anything or bother anyone.
Olive spied an especially tall skyscraper with a pointy top.
A super tall skyscraper, lots of annoyed tiny people. I think I may have an idea. Keith, why don't we get out of everyone's way by climbing up that skyscraper?
Oh, that's the Empire State Building. Great idea.
So Olive and Keith climbed up the Empire State Building. Since they were both giants, it didn't take very long to reach the top.
Nearly there.
But there were still people shouting at them from nearby windows.
Oh, I wish they knew I was friendly.
Olive saw a helicopter swoop in and circle round them. But something was wrong with the helicopter. The rotor blade stopped turning and it started to fall.
Quick, Keith, catch it!
Keith held out his hand and caught the helicopter.
Got it.
A woman jumped out and stood on Keith's hand, followed by a man with a tiny TV camera.
Whoa, that was close. Katie Waters, NYC News, reporting live. And we've just been saved by the giant gorilla.
All the people looking out of the office windows cheered.
Thanks for saving us. What are your names?
I'm Keith Kong.
I'm Olive. Pleased to meet you.
Can I just say I love New York? Sorry for squashing things before.
Well, you two are certainly a couple of huge New York City heroes.
As a thank you, Keith was given his own special area in the park, as long as he promised to, try and stop squashing things.
Thanks for your help, Olive. Would you like to stay for a bit and I'll show you some more of New York City?
Maybe next time. But today I certainly had a huge amount of fun with you, Keith.
They both laughed, and as they did, Olive realised it was time to go.
Typical Olive, daydreaming again.
Said her mum.
Back? Actually, I had a big adventure in New York City.
Your head's been in the sun too long, dear.
Said Olive's dad. Her little brother laughed. But Olive wasn't listening. She was already dreaming of her next big adventure. Olive was inside a big cave with leafy bushes at the entrance.
Yes, this will be a masterpiece,
said a voice. Olive turned to see a bearded caveman who was painting on the wall of the cave.
Hello there, I'm Olive. I love your painting.
Ah, well, everyone does. My name is Pablo Picasso, and I'm the world's greatest cave painter. But there is a problem with this painting, Olive.
Oh, what's that then?
Asked Olive.
There's one animal missing. It should go here.
Oh, which animal would that be, Pablo?
The magnificent saber-toothed tiger.
Pablo held up his sketchbook.
You see, I go out and sketch the animals first in my sketchbook. They all stand still long enough, except the saber-toothed tiger. He's so shy, he always runs off before I can finish.
That's a shame.
Ah, my painting will never be finished.
Then Pablo's daughter walked in with his breakfast.
Ah, here's my daughter Aga. Is that breakfast?
It is. Wheatie Pops and mammoth milk, Daddy.
Oh, you know I'm allergic to mammoth milk.
Oops, sorry, I forgot.
As Pablo sneezed, he dropped his breakfast, leaving a puddle of milk on the ground outside the cave.
A breakfast I can't eat, an animal I can't paint. It's all too much.
Olive spotted the bushes at the entrance to the cave.
Some leafy bushes, a nervous saber-toothed tiger. I think I may have an idea. Pablo, can you collect some twigs and leaves off those bushes, please?
Well, I suppose so.
Then Olive and Pablo quickly stuck the twigs and leaves all over themselves.
Now, the saber-toothed tiger might be shy, but since we're camouflaged as bushes, he won't even know we're there.
Excellent plan, Olive. Now I'll be able to sketch him.
There was a problem, though. Their bush disguises were so bushy, they couldn't see where they were going.
Ouch!
Hey, sorry.
So they went round and round in circles and ended up back at the cave.
Oh, it looks like I'll never paint the saber-toothed tiger and complete my masterpiece.
Then Olive heard a gentle lapping sound.
Look, it's a saber-toothed tiger. He's drinking that mammoth milk you threw out.
Pablo looked very excited.
All right, Olive, let's get painting. Yellow, please, Olive, for the fur.
Yeah.
And now black for the stripes.
Ooh.
And finally, white for his saber tooth.
Here you go.
finished, and it's perfect.
declared Peblo a little too loudly.
Peblo, shh.
But it was too late. The tiger had heard them.
Oh, what are we going to do, Olive?
Olive had to think quickly. She pointed to the new painting on the wall, and the tiger suddenly gave a loud and contented purr.
Yes, you love your portrait, don't you?
Oh, Daddy, he's so cute. Please, can we keep him?
Definitely not. It's not just mammoth milk I'm allergic to. It's saber-toothed tigers as well. Oh, okay. Oh, he is rather sweet, I suppose. Maybe we can keep him for a bit.
I think he likes you as much as his painting.
chuckled Olive. They all laughed, and as they did, Olive realised it was time to go.
Typical Olive, daydreaming again.
Said her mum.
Gek, actually, I helped a caveman finish his painting.
Your head's been in the sun too long, dear.
Said Olive's dad. Her little brother laughed. But Olive wasn't listening. She was already dreaming of her next big adventure. Olive was in a dark cave and could hear dripping water.
Hello?
Called Olive, and her voice echoed into the darkness.
Hello?
Hello? Hello?
What a funny echo.
I'm not an echo, I'm a bat. And I'm a bat too.
Olive looked to either side and could make out two little bats next to her.
We are the bats in hats.
Oh, do you mind me asking why you're called bats in hats when you're not wearing any hats?
Well, it's because we hang upside down and our hats keep falling off.
Upside down?
Olive suddenly realised that up was down and down was up. And she was in fact hanging from the top of a cave.
Oh dear, ostriches can't hang upside down.
Olive fell and landed with a plop in a big pile of hats. She stood up and straightened her feathers.
Oh, look at all these hats. One of them must be able to stay on.
No, they just keep falling off, Olive.
Well, let's give it a try, shall we?
Olive started picking up hats and popping them on the bats' heads, one after another. But they just kept falling off. She tried on woolly hats, top hats, cowboy hats, all types of hats. But they all fell off.
We told you, Olive. These hats just won't stay on.
Olive looked at the big pile of hats that they had just tried on and noticed that a thread of wool on one of the bobble hats was loose.
Bats that need hats, a loose thread. I think I may have an idea.
Olive pulled on the thread and got herself two nice long pieces. Then she took two of her favourite hats, held them on the bats' heads and used the thread to make little chin straps to hold them in place.
Perfect. Now you bats are in hats.
What? Oh dear. Now we're wearing hats. They're too heavy, Olive. We can't hold on with our feet.
The bats tried and tried to cling onto the ceiling, but the hats were indeed just too heavy, and they fell down into the pile of hats.
Are you both okay?
Asked Olive.
Yes, we're fine. But we will never be proper bats in hats.
Olive looked around the cave again and noticed some spiky rocks poking up from the ground and the hats with threads hanging from them.
Don't panic. I'm having another idea.
Olive picked up the two hats and tied either end to a tall, pointy rock, so the hats were hanging in the middle.
Now, if you fly up and cling to the ceiling, the hat should sit on your heads.
We'll give it a go.
So the bats flew up, clung to the ceiling and kept trying to stretch down to put their heads into the hats. But they were just too far away. Eventually they gave up, flopping down, exhausted, into the hats.
Oh dear, nothing I've tried seems to have worked.
Actually, Olive, these hats are really comfy. Yes, so warm.
The hats strung between the rocks were so comfortable and the little bats were so worn out from all the excitement, they started drifting off to sleep.
Looks like you bats are finally in hats.
Thanks, Olive. We're going to have a nice long nap now.
Sweet dreams. Maybe from now on you should be called the bats in hats that take naps.
They all laughed, and as they did, Olive realised it was time to go.
Typical Olive, daydreaming again.
Said her mum.
Gek, actually, I helped some bats with their hats.
Your head's been in the sun too long, dear.
said Olive's dad. Her little brother laughed. But Olive wasn't listening. She was already dreaming of her next big adventure.